Hi everyone, welcome. I'm Shankar Radhakrishnan, CEO and founder of BI Connector and Guidance. I'm joined today by Dinesh Murugappan, who is the product manager for BI Connector. I'll kick off today's webinar with a question. What are the top challenges you're facing when it comes to Fusion data pipelines and reporting? You'll see the question in the chat window. Please feel free to chime in with your feedback. I'm really excited about what we are sharing today. Our product team has been working on this for over a year, and we can't wait to share it with you. So in 2017, we launched BI Connector to connect Tableau to OBIE. For the first time, OBIE users could use modern dashboards. In 2020, we added Power BI support. That made reporting cheaper and all helped teams get more ROI from their OBIE data. In 2024, we added BI Connector support for Oracle Fusion. Now teams can modernize reporting for Fusion ERP, SCM, and HCM without getting stuck in legacy tools. Today, we are going even further. We are launching 3 new products and 1 special service to help Fusion users. First, we have a plug-and-play certified BI connector that links Oracle Fusion to Microsoft Fabric and Azure Data Factory. Second, we have made easy to use data pipeline templates for Fusion data. Just drop them in Fabric and ADF and you're good to go. Third, we have built the simplest SQL query editor for Fusion. Anyone can use it, no coding experience required. And finally, we are offering a white glove service where we build the data pipelines for you, fast and cost efficiently. All this is a part of our new solution, the BI Connector Fusion to Data Warehouse solution. So let's be honest, moving Fusion data into a data warehouse today is painful. You're stuck with BICC extracts, HCM exports, or BI Publisher reports to extract data. None of them are flexible. You need to stage the files somewhere, either in an object database or in a file server. Then you have to write custom scripts or use an ETL tool to ingest the data into a staging database. There is an alternative option. You can replicate the Fusion data into an Oracle ATP database, which is expensive. And then once you have it in the staging database, you have to use an ETL tool to load it into your data warehouse. If you look at the current solutions, they're not great. Things break all the time, keeping you busy. They're hard to set up and even harder to change. Reports take too long to deliver to the business users, and they cost a lot. The data teams are tired, and the business users are frustrated. We wanted to create a solution that not only fixes these problems, but is also significantly faster and gives you a much better ROI. So our BI Connector solution is designed to help you deliver reports faster. It's easier to implement and manage. It costs way less, about 1/5 of the other options. It takes the pressure off your data teams, and it makes your business teams happy. It's simple, reliable, and it just works. Now, what makes BI Connector different? Of course, we started with the connectivity. No more, you don't need to deal with extracts anymore. You can connect directly from Fusion Fabric or Azure Data Factory to Fusion. You can tap into the base tables, or you can write your own custom queries from within BI Connector, or reuse BI Publisher data models and OTBI reports. There are no data limits. BI Connector is designed to handle millions of rows per table effortlessly. And we don't charge you based on the number of records that you bring out of Fusion. building pipelines, data pipelines take a lot of time. Now, the good news is you don't need to start from scratch. You can just upload our pre-built Fusion data pipeline templates into Fabric or ADF. You're instantly ready for full and incremental refreshes. Anyone who has worked with BI publisher reports knows the difficulty of writing data model queries in Fusion. The editor is very hard to use. So we got the simplest and easiest to use SQL query editor for Fusion. You can write your own custom queries within BI Connector, preview the data, save the queries as a view, and instantly access them from Fabric or ADF. Oh, one more thing, you can also access them from Power BI to create your and bring them into your semantic data models or dashboards. Of course, we will soon have an AI-powered editor where you can just ask a question, it'll generate a query for you, and then you can customize it, preview the data, and save it as a query, as a view inside BI Connector. Speaking of custom queries, if you need custom queries for your data pipelines or for reports, we got you covered. We are soon publishing a number of queries for ERP, HCM, and SCM free in our website. We can also customize these queries for your business. We can do it fast and at a very low cost. If you don't have the resources to build and deploy data pipelines, or if you're focusing on other projects which are taking up a lot of your time, we are here to help you. We can build and deploy pipelines fast and well within budget. So what does this all mean for you? You can stop fighting with extracts. You can avoid the headaches of brittle pipelines. You can deliver reports faster, in hours, not months, to your business teams. You can free up your data teams, and you can save a ton of money. Whether you're using Fabric, Azure Data Factory, or Power BI, we got you covered. Before we go to the demo, I'd like to share a quick case study. We recently implemented a Fusion data pipeline at the largest metro organization in Southern California. They were migrating from EBS to Fusion HCM. They were using ODI, but they were looking for an easier and cost-effective solution that integrates seamlessly with Azure. We customized our pre-built templates to bring data from more than 70 HCM tables and views into their on-prem database. We did it very fast, and we saved their BI and infrastructure team a ton of time and money. Not only that, their business users now can use Power BI with BI Connector to directly connect to Fusion for ad hoc reporting, apart from the data warehouse approach. So now, Dinesh will walk you through a demo of the solution that we implemented at Metro Organization. He's going to go through 4 steps. First, he's going to walk through where the BI Connector is installed on the integration runtime. He's going to use the Azure Data Factory, the example here. The next step, he will walk through the DSN setup and the table configuration in BI Connector. Then he will walk through a lookup table setup, so where you can automate loading of a large number of tables and views into your ADF environment. And then also he'll walk through how the ADF environment is set up with the templates that we have already built. So with that, I will hand over to Dinesh.
Hey everyone. So I'm Dinesh, the product manager of BI Connector. And today I'm going to show you how you can move Oracle Fusion data from data to your SQL Server on-premise database using ADF with BI Connector. So first thing is like I said, we are going to move the data from Oracle Fusion to SQL Server on-premise database. This could be any SQL Server, could be in your case Oracle database or any other database. Now this demo, I'm just going to show it in SQL Server with, I'm going to use the Azure Data Factory with BI connector. So let me just jump into the demo. First, I'm going to go to the integration runtime server. The first step, as Shankar said, is to install the BI connector server edition on the integration runtime server. So as you can see, I have my integration runtime here and it's named like this. And now in the background, we have already installed the BI connector and it's there as you can see in the screen. So this is the BI connector application. So if you are using Fabric, the only difference is that you have to install the BI connector on the on-premise gateway server instead of the integration runtime server. The integration runtime is for ADF. The on-premise gateway is for Fabric. That is the only difference between how BI connector works with ADF and Fabric. Everything else, it's the same steps. So now that we have completed the installation, now let's see what is there in the BI connector. The next step is to set up the data sources and the tables within the BI connector. So here is a data source called Oracle Fusion ERP. I'm just clicking on edit to show what's in there. It's just your Oracle Fusion URL, your username and password, and then you can just test and save. So I've already made the connection. So now let's go to the tables. I already added two tables. One is the CE bank accounts and the other one is the business units view. The CE bank accounts, it's a base table and this is a view. So let me walk you through this one first. It's just in the SQL editor that Shankar was talking about. Select star from CE bank accounts. And then if I want to run and preview the data, I can do it here. Okay, the data is there. I save. Next, this is a view. Again, it's also set up in the same way, like a select star from the view name. But again, like this is like any other SQL editor. So you can write your own where condition like this. So something like this, you can do it. And yeah, it's all, it's just a SQL editor. But for now, let's just go with, this view select star right here. And I click save. So we can create multiple tables like this, as many as you need. In this demo, I'm just going to show you these two tables. I'm going to take it from Oracle Fusion and move it to the SQL Server. But in your case, you can add as many tables as you want. And that table could be a combination of multiple base tables and views created with joins as a single view. We can save that as a table here. And you can also tap into your existing data models and OTBA reports and create them as tables here. So BI connector supports all of them. So the second step, like we saw, it's just to set up the data source and the tables within the BI connector. Now let's go to the third step, which is to set up the lookup table. So this is a lookup table template that I have right now in the Excel sheet. So you can see there is a table source. This is the table name in the BI connector that I have entered here. The table destination. This is the name of the table that I want to create in the target system, which in this case, it's a SQL Server. And then the primary key, I can enter it, and the schema destination. The watermark column would be used for incremental refresh. The watermark column format, and then here, the last run date would always be entered by BI connector. You have to just leave it as blank. The frequency in days represents a number of days you want to give gap for each frequency. Let's say each automated refresh. Let's say, for example, in the second one, it's 7 days, which means it's a weekly refresh. So the automatic refresh would go like every week. And then the refresh type, if you leave it as blank, it's incremental refresh. If you specifically mention it as full load, every refresh would be a full load. So this is the table. Now I have already loaded this table into my target system as a separate table. As you can see, it's named as Fusion 2 DW lookup table. So, and you can see those two rows here. So now the lookup table is set up in the SQL Server. Now the next step is to go to the ADF, and then we will create a linked service. So I have already created a linked service for the source system, which is named Oracle Fusion _ls. It's this connection string. It's just the BI connector DSN, and you enter your Oracle username and password. That's all it is. And then here, the SQL server, the server name, username, and password. Just enter here, and that's all it is. So I have already created the linked services. Next, I go to this editor. I click this plus pipeline, import from pipeline template. Here I'm going to pull this template I already have in my local machine, so I'm just pulling it here. And in the first one, I'll select my target system linked service, which is SQL Server, and then this one is my source system linked service, Oracle Fusion. Now I click use this template. So we are all ready to run it, and this template manages all the logic for you. You just need to set up this lookup table. So let's go here, and I'll just run this table. I run this pipeline. So it is starting. It would take around 2 to 3 minutes to run. So in the meantime, we'll just do a quick recap of what was done. First step is to set up the integration runtime server. And then in the case of Fabric, it is on-premise gateway server. You have to install and the BI connector server edition there. And then the second step is to set up the data source in the BI connector. It's just the Oracle username and password along with your Oracle Fusion URL. And this tables, it could be a base table, or it could be a view, or it could be a combination of multiple tables combined into a single view created as a separate table here using the SQL editor within the BI connector. Or you can also tap into your existing BI publisher data models. So in the case of existing BI publisher data models, you will also have parameters. We also support parameters, so you can enter the parameter value dynamically and save it as a table here. And then we also support connecting to OTBI reports. So these two, the second step is to create the data sources and the tables. And then we created the lookup table in this Excel. So I'm just showing 2 tables, but you can add as many tables as you want. So let's just see a quick, go through this quickly. It's a BI connector table name, the destination name in the target system, the primary key, the schema and the destination, which is called DBO in my SQL server. So you can see here. And then this watermark column, it would be used for as a reference for the incremental refresh. We also give the watermark column format. This last and date would be created by the BI connector, would automatically be updated by the BI connector, and it would be used with this frequency in days to create a logic to identify the next date of refresh. And then this refresh type, if it is left blank, the first alone would be the full load. After that, it would be an incremental load. If you specify it as full load, then all the automated refreshes could be a full load. So yeah. And then let's say you have a primary, you don't have a primary key in your table. You can concatenate multiple columns like this column 1, column 2 separated by columns, and then you can create a composite primary key. For this also, the logic is handled within the BI connector and the template that I showed you right now in the ADF. So it's just getting you covered everywhere. Let's go back to the pipeline. It's running. So once it runs, we'll see the tables loaded here. Meanwhile, we'll also create a trigger. So this is for the automatic refresh. So I create a trigger, new edit. I'll create as new. So Oracle Fusion, I name it as Oracle Fusion _schedule. And then I'll make this as every 12 hours. So every day it would run for, this pipeline would run for 2 minutes, 2 times. And if it comes to this table, it would run once in every 14 refreshes because we have set it up as once in 7 days. The rest of the 13 times, it would actually skip it. So if I click OK, then we can just click publish and it's all ready to go. So first, let's see here, it's running. So it's just going to take a few more seconds to complete. Yeah, it's completed. It succeeded. Now let's go to the dbeaver. Let me refresh this schema. Okay, the CE bank accounts and the business units views, it's all here. I'll just do a select star from CE bank accounts. Yeah, so the data is here. So from the user's perspective, it's just creating this lookup table, and BI connector and the ADF templates do all the heavy lifting for you with regards to the incremental refresh or handling the upsert operations. Everything is taken care of within these two, BI connector and the ADF. Thank you.
If you have any questions about the demo, please feel free to ask the questions in the chat window. Let me quickly finish the rest of the presentation. So Dinesh showed you how you can implement a scalable data pipeline for Fusion data without the hassles of extracts. There's no extracts. BI connector connects directly to your Fusion environment. You can tap into the base tables, custom queries, write your own custom queries. You can reuse your data models that you've built over the years, or you can reuse the OTBI reports. So all of this is very, we've made it simple. We've shortened the time to get the reports or get the data into your data warehouse. Of course, as I mentioned earlier, if you want an ad hoc reporting approach, you can complement your data warehouse approach with a direct connection, allowing your business users to connect directly from Power BI into your Fusion ERP, SCM, or HCM environment. So both that hybrid approach is possible. You can bring either the data into your data warehouse, or you can also complement it with a Power BI to Fusion connection using the same BI connector setup. If you're looking for an efficient and a reliable solution to deliver reports to your business users without burning a hole in your pocket, we can help you. Reach out to us to schedule a personalized demo where we can walk you through the details of the solution and see if it's a good fit for your requirements. We can also set you up with a guided trial. And if you need more information, please visit our website, www.biconnector.com/oracle-fusion/data-warehouse-integration. Or if you have any questions, you can reach out to us at sales@biconnector.com. We can help you simplify the Fusion data pipelines and reporting. Thank you. We'll stick around for a few minutes after the webinar to answer any questions. So there were questions, how about data extraction to Snowflake and Tableau? Yes, BI connector, the same BI connector setup can be used to bring data into Snowflake. Currently, we support transferring data into Snowflake through the ADF or Fabric. We're also looking to do a direct connection. If you are interested in working with us to develop the direct connection from Snowflake into Oracle Fusion, please reach out to us. We already have an integration from Tableau into Oracle Fusion. So it's already available. The information is available on our website. Check into it and contact us if you need further information. One of the questions was, if you're only using Oracle, what can be the benefit of transferring it to a data warehouse? If your data source is primarily Oracle and if you want to bring it into a Microsoft Power BI environment, BI Connector can make it very simple. You can just directly connect from Power BI to the Oracle Fusion Cloud and then bring the data in. Only if you want to build, some IT teams want to build a data warehouse to bring together different data systems. So that's when, or a data lake. So that's where you can take the data from Fusion into your data warehouse.
Adding to what Shankar said, so you can even if you're connecting to Power BI, you can still bring the data to data warehouse, because that would actually help reduce the load on the Oracle side. Sometimes you're giving the data to the users and they keep refreshing large tables too frequently. Then Oracle has certain constraints, so it would error out. Whereas if you are using these pipelines, ADF automatically sequences each request. So we will just go first in, first out, and then each table would go like that. And then after that, it is going to be only incremental loads. The load is a lot reduced on the Oracle side, and you can let your users consume the data directly from the warehouse.
If you have any further questions, please post it in the pipeline. I'm filling the chat. Definitely reach out to us if you are looking for a connection to Primavera. Reach out to us. We are always looking for users with whom we can work to develop custom solutions, or we can develop the solutions. So we have a very unique platform that can be extended to connect to various data sources. So reach out to us and we will work with you to provide that connectivity. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for joining us. We will be sending out an email with the link to this recording. If you have any questions, please reach out to us directly. You can contact me at shankar@guidance.com and dinesh@guidance.com. And also, you can also visit us on our website, www.biconnector.com. All this information will be available through the email. Thank you once again for taking the time to join us today. We appreciate your patience and look forward to hearing from you. Thank you.